All right, everyone. So now we are going to move on to the specific page section. Like we have the ability like to view the specific group, right? Like if I come here, I can click on that group and I can view that group and people and post and stuff like that. This does not have any group, so yeah, that is cool. So we are going to do the same for the pages. So here we have the pages and we have a problem here. We have seeded the pack data right in the previous videos, but we have the problem, and the problem is that the image does not exist. So let's fix this issue. The way I'm going to like make sure this image exists or not is to like check that in the storage. So I'm going to go to the terminal, move to the public directory and ls that file. So it does not exist. If I check the pages folder, we do have some images. um I think we do have that. As you can see, this one 6byv and 6byv. Yeah, the extensions are changed. So we have the extension issue. As you can see, this is the jpg and we have passed a png. So I'm gonna go to I think we can do some crazy thing here, like create if I go to, let's go to web and write some query for that. So what I'm going to do is loop through all the pages and change the thumbnail, or this is the profile, so change that. And the way we're gonna do that is let's say $data equals to data equals to page, and then get all of them, then loop through this. So I'm gonna use for each, and I'm gonna paste this, and let's say item, and here we're gonna go like, let's say dollar item of profile. If I go to pages, you can confirm that from here we have the icon, so we have to change that. I'm going to say type of icon equals to, and then here I'm going to pass this name, and we have the same thing, like except the name is jpg, not the png. And then I'm going to save this like this, and we can try that out. So I'm going to add a semicolon here. Let's try. If I execute php artisan tinker, so now I can paste that command and it's going to update that model. So it's loading. It's still like we can check the pages as well. If I go to pages, here we have, okay, the server is down. We have the ability to follow a page, right? So it's done. Let's start the server again. And if I check this, now if I refresh the page, it's going to load the pages, and everything else like works, right? I can follow any page I want, and then I can, like, I want to be able to visit the specific page, so we are going to add like anchor tag here, and then we are going to implement the other functionalities. So let's just do that. So I'm gonna go to um, the pages. This is done, right? So we should be able to view the images, but we are not able to do that. Oh, I think we did something wrong again, and that is this is stored in the pages directory. So my bad. Pages like this. I'm gonna copy this and paste that again in the terminal. It's gonna do that quickly. Let's go to that desktop, Laravel, then connect me, php artisan tinker, start the tinker session, paste the query that we have, hit enter. It's going to change all of those icons into that file. And now if I check that again, let's see. Yeah, as you can see, we have the icons loaded. So we have followed these groups, so I have to add anchor tag right here, which will be pointing to that specific page where I can view like that page posts only. So I'm gonna go to let's see if we have any route for that. So I'm gonna go to web.php, and we do have, as you can see, pages slash uuid is going to do that. So I'm gonna go to this is the pages, right? So I'm gonna go to pages, and here let's load the view. I'm gonna go there, and the username we have to do that, right? So I'm gonna check that out. We have the name, so this is the name of the name of the page. So I'm gonna do anchor tag, anchor a link. Why is this not working? Let's do that. Anchor tag, and href is gonna be the the page uuid route with this name, passing the page uuid as a parameter. So $page of uuid, and then at the end close the anchor tag slash a. So now if I save this, come here and refresh the page, we should be able to visit a specific page. As you can see now, if I hover over this, it's pointing to that specific page, and if I click on that, let's see if we have page for that, but we don't. So let's do that. For this thing, I think we can like use the user profile section kind of view. um, we have to add this as well, like we are not able to view specific user profile. um, I think we can do that directly, instead of like we have that functionality in the home page, right? So if I go to home page, we will be able to like visit a specific user profile, but not on the explore section. So we have to add that as well. As you can see right here, if I control click this, it's going to open that in the new tab, and it looks like this. I can visit a specific user profile. So I'm going to implement that functionality in the explore or find friends section. So the way I'm going to do that is go to routes. Every time you have to find a specific page in Laravel, you have to start from the routes file. Here we have the explore section. I'm going to go there and then load the view. I'm going to go to render method, and I can find that right here. I'm going to go there, and here we have the username, right? So the username is right here. I'm going to start the anchor tag, and the href is going to be the route that we have. So if I go route, and then what is the route name? Let's check that in the web.php file. As you can see here, we have the user and then passing the uuid of that user. So I'm going to call user and the user uuid. So $user of uuid, and then we can end the anchor tag right here. So I'm going to now save that, come right here and refresh. It's going to show the anchor tag like this. So now we can like add this right here. Also we can add anchor tag on the whole like image, but as you can see, we have at the right side, right? So on Twitter, as you can see, like whenever you mentioning something, you can someone, I think it's on Facebook as well, you can directly pass the @ and then mentioning that person. So now I'm going to click on this person profile, and it's going to redirect me to that user profile. So for the pages section, where we will be having like the same functionality as the user profile, but instead of like you will be able to follow a page, not just like make it friends. So that will be the change in that. So if I let's do that. So I'm gonna go to the user. Let's see. If I go to web.php, I'm gonna go to user slash uuid, and I'm going to like actually copy the. I think we can copy everything from here because functionality is going to be pretty much the same. The likes and comments, um, dislikes, in the mount we are accepting this thing. In the render method we have something. Except the render method, let's copy everything. We don't need the uuid. So I'm gonna go to specific page, and here I'm gonna paste everything. And now let's include the like if I go back to the user component, live wire component, and here we are, if I click on like user, yeah, so if I click on user, here we have the blurred content. So I'm going to copy that to the page, and here I'm going to go to the template and paste that right here. Now let's save this, and also we have to extend this from the extends the layouts dot app, and this is like the base component. So now let's see what we need. The pagination, yeah, we do need that, like we have multiple pages. The toggler, maybe we need that, like for the users we have the, I think we don't need that. If you want, you can include that. I'm going to comment that out for now. So I'm going to comment the toggler, also the variable. Where is it? uh, Loader, no, not um, loader, yeah, this one. So I'm going to comment that out. Paginator comments and listeners, we don't need that, so I'm going to leave that. And then here let's like import the db transaction comment. So I'm going to include the comment. The rest of the functionality is going to be pretty much the same. And after that, um, we have to do something like include this one, and we do need the post, increment the likes, dislike, import that, and decrement that, yeah, that is correct. And we have the mount method, we accept UUID, no need for the loader variable. And here we are going to pass the data that we like get from the like the UUID. Based on the UUID, we are going to show the post after a specific page. So if I go to user component, as you can see in the render method, we are getting the user, then finding the post IDs. But for the, this is for we are like creating this logic for just to like load the media, right? And on the, if I click here, we need that just like right here. So what I'm going to do is let's do one thing. I'm gonna copy both of these, but we don't need the loader, like the media. I'm gonna copy that as well. Now let's go back to the page component, and I'm gonna go here and paste it. Let's format the UI. We don't need any app condition because it's only one page or one thing. I'm going to like remove the media section. You can include if you want, that's not a big deal. And here we are going to have the user model. I think this is a user model, so I'm going to import that like this. But instead of like finding the user UUID, we are, as you can, you know, like we are finding the page UID. So I'm gonna go do the same thing, just change the user to page, and let's say this is a page. And after that, we are finding the like the post where the page ID, this is gonna be changed. Page ID is the page of ID, pluck the ID, and after that, go ahead and like collect all the that specific page posts, passing the page of ID. After that, we are like loading the media, so for the images, right, for this section that we have. So for this thing, it's gonna be pretty much the same because we have the post IDs that like that specific page post IDs, and passing that to the post media and collecting the images. And it's gonna collect all the images, but I think we can take something like let's say 10 for now. And also we have to pass these variables to the like the view. So I'm gonna go, let's say posts. This is gonna be dollar posts variable, then post media. So like, what did we call it, a post media or images? I'm gonna confirm that from the this section. So where is that? I think that is in the top. As you can see here, we have the post media variable, so I'm gonna call this post underscore media, and this is gonna be post media variable that is right here. So now I'm gonna save this and come here. I think it's gonna be pretty much the same, except some minor changes. Like as I mentioned before, instead of like add friend, we will be having like follow or unfollow button. But let's do one thing before that. I can view the results that like the changes that I made in that component. So I'm gonna go to that file now. If I click on, let's see the one that have posts. All of them do not have any posts. That is kind of weird. I think we can add page post. Let's see it some. So what I'm going to do is let's go to database seeder file, and just like the we seeded the group, right? No, we did not seeded any group, dude. Let's do that because for the testing we do need. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's say I want 1,000 posts in the pages. This is gonna be random, by the way, like picking up the random and then like selecting that. So what we're going to do is for the user ID, it's gonna pick like some specific user ID. So I think I can do one thing. If I create a variable right here and then assign this to that variable, let's say let's say id equals to user id, let's say user underscore id equals to this. Also we have to check another thing, and that is like this user should have the page. So the way we can do that is like this is gonna be like you should have no, wait a minute, we have to create post, not pages, right? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is paste this thing. We need the user ID and we have the page ID, right? The page belongs to that user. So if I paste this thing, now what I need to do is like get the pages of this user and assign these IDs, like assign any of the ID from that user pages. This is gonna make sense when I like implement there. So dollar underscore ID, this is the user ID. Now the page ID is gonna be like I'm gonna add condition here. So dollar, but another problem is if that user do not have any post like page, then what should we do at that time? I think we can do one thing, like if I hard code the user ID, like the user, what is my ID there, like let's say all of the post is going to be mine. So we are generating this user, and let's check this username in the tinker. So I'm gonna do, let's say user where um, we do need seeding because like loading the page data, and that is important. Oh, this is not, this is the username, passing that like this and get the first one. My ID is 1001, so I'm gonna paste that somewhere um, in the user ID. Now for the page ID, I am going to, I do have my page, right? So I can like random manually generate that. So like for the sake of like to reduce the errors in the like whenever we execute the whenever we execute the script. So the ID is gonna be the user ID. So I'm gonna call this instead of like picking a random. So I'm gonna paste that, calling the ID from that, and everything else is gonna be pretty much the same. So now I think we are good to go, but we need many like posts in that page, right? So I can like store this in a variable, let's say page equals to this, and here I'm gonna go, oh, what, why did I hard coded this? It should be dollar user of ID, and the content is gonna be like random, likes is gonna be random, the page ID is gonna be dollar page of ID, the variable that we just initialized above. So now what I need, I think we can like do the same for the groups, because like later on if we implement that functionality, I think we already have done that. But like we do not have any force, so yeah, we can ignore that. We can do that. Like viewing specific group posts, that is important. So I'm gonna do that as well. So like later on, if you guys are checking the scripts, you will have their functionality. So I am going to create a specific group. These things is going to be the same, except the user ID is going to be the user that I have generated above, the administrator user, and fake members and fake things. And here I'm going to duplicate this thing and create group. Also we have missing one thing. If I go to post model, I can click on this and visit that. As you can see, is page post, right? So whenever we create a post like as a page post, we have to set this to true or one. So we have like missed that. Now for the group, definitely we have to pass the group ID and as group post, and this is gonna be the group that is generated somewhere around here. So let's say dollar group equals to this, and then calling the ID of that group. So now this is going to generate 1,000 posts for that specific group. uh, Now I think instead of like for the post especially, if I go to the post, not the page actually. So if I like check the page, this one, as you can see, we are generating a random name, as you can see. So I think I can pass my name. Let's say Tauseed Zaman group. Let's say dot Zaman, and this is gonna generate like authentic page. I can view the things and stuff like that. So let's try that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and PHP artisan migrate colon fresh dash dash seed. It's gonna refresh the database, migrate all the migrations, and seed the data that we like fakely generate. So let's wait for this to complete, and we will be able to good to go. um Till that, let's check another thing. If I go to groups, yeah, we do have to log in. I think that user is not generated here, but let's see. Yeah, we have to wait for that. So till that, let's wait. I can like test the audio as well. How is the quality? Okay, we got an error saying duplicate entry for this user. I think this is in the user user. Okay, that is interesting. Actually, this comes from the from this point. If I check this, we are using safe email whenever like generating a random user, right? But somehow I duplicated that. As you can see, this one. What should we do about this? I think I can do one thing. Like it's gonna take a lot of time, so I'm gonna reduce the number of records that we are inserting into database to something like 100 or 500 or something. Let's say 100, so that this is gonna like speed up the process because it's taking longer. So I'm gonna do that again. Also, like we have the minimum, you have the amount of insertion in the zero, the minimum time, the time it's gonna take, and the minimum probability is gonna be of the like throwing error of duplication. Okay, that is done. So let's check this out. I'm gonna go to login page, refresh that, go ahead and log in with the credentials, and now we should be able. Oh, kind of here we have the same issue that we just fixed. That's kind of weird. um, this one should be jpg. This one should be jpg. This one should be jpg. Extension mistake, by mistake, like we provided the wrong extension for the files, which we have to change. I can confirm this from here. So if I do ls public slash storage slash pages, and as you can see, 6byv 6byv is going to be png, not jpg. Okay, that is correct. So now we did it on the correct way. So let's refresh the migrations and seeder and things like that. Okay, so that is done. Let's go back and log in to the application. Okay, we already logged in. So I'm gonna go to popular pages and then click on a specific page, but I can search for my page. So I'm gonna go search for Tauseed dot Zaman. It has 100 posts. Yeah, correct. So if I view that, we should be able to see something, but we got an error where condition in that. If I go to page, right, where 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 in passing this thing, post IDs, wait a minute, does not exist. Okay, I got it. um as you can see, the component name is also page, right? So maybe they are considering this as a page, as you can see. So we have to make this uh, not the livewire component page, the model page. So I'm gonna change that and refresh right here. Let's see if we have any other error. Yeah, we do. The user. So I think instead of the user, we are gonna be having like the page, because it's not the user profile, it's a page. So the page variable is defined right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that. So I'm gonna go ahead and search for the user of power error. It's appears like 2111 something time. So I'm gonna change that to dollar page of our arrow. I'm gonna change all of them and save that and refresh. Maybe we're gonna be having some errors, but we can fix that as we go. Now no error in the execution. We have the user. No, we don't. Let's check the this thing, because this is loaded the temporary. I think we like, this is not the profile, this is the icon. So yeah, that is the issue. So I'm gonna duplicate that. Not like this. I think we can, like, instead of like user, like post has relationship with the page, right? And page has an icon, so we can load that like this. And do we have anything else to check? No, we don't. So now that is correct. How about the thumbnail? Let's wait a minute. We changed something here, right? Media, we don't need that. Yeah, I'm gonna comment that out. About section, the page has description, page has location. Is that correct? I'm gonna go to page. Yeah, it has the description, location, thumbnail, icon. For the photos, we are loading that as well. Correct. The pagination, posts, this is correct. The thing is, remove the anchor layout, like wire. click functionality because we only have one tab, so no need for that. Now I'm gonna look for the images, thumbnail and icon. If I search for thumbnail, it's right here. So page of thumbnail, storage page thumbnail, profile of icon, load the icon, and that is it. We don't have first and last name. I think we can remove that. If I go here, we have the name. So I'm gonna remove the first name, last name. And instead of like username, this is gonna be the name. And let's see how it looks like. The user ID is gonna be the page. What are we doing here? Okay, this is showing the total posts in that page. So I'm gonna pass the page ID, not the post ID, the page ID actually. So page ID. Now let's see. So if I refresh the page, it's going to, we have 200 posts. No, 100 posts, 0 prints. The print is gonna be followers in this case. Description loaded, that is correct. Images loaded, the posts loaded, that is also fine. We have missing one thing. As you can see, the auto load functionality, it's gonna load all of the images at once, which is not good at all. So I am going to check that. If I go to pages, we are not, where am I? Page, yeah. We do listen for this event and increase the paginator plus 3, first loading 10 in, let's say, and passing the paginator in the post. No, we don't. So that is the problem. So paginate dollar of this of paginate number. Also we have to use with pagination in order to use pagination in livewire. So with pagination, import that at the top. And now let's see, testing the like infinite scroll functionality. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what is wrong there. I'll search for that. It appears like 2 times. The thumbnail, wait a minute, paginate for the post, right? Thumbnail, yeah. Okay, I was thinking like I added the thumbnail to the wrong thing. Attempt to read on int. Wait a minute. Page is integer. What? Page of ID. This is, look at this. Why is the page? Let's do one thing. We can dd that. It's considering this is an integer without any reason. So I'm gonna check that by die dumping that over there. It is not an integer, dude. It has thumbnail and thumb like stuff like that. I think we can change that to something. Maybe the issue is with the like the naming convention. The name is also page and the variable name is also page. Maybe that is the problem. But the page thumb property does exist. So I'm gonna, every time you see the page and then that arrow, I'm gonna change it to double E instead of like single E, and let's see if that's going to fix the issue. And it did fix that issue. Now we have the, okay, the thumbnail is also loaded. That is cool. So now this is a page, right? As you can see, page slash UID. Now here we have the functionality of like and things like that. Here I'm gonna add like the follow, because you can follow and unfollow a page, not send or friend request. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead. We have the follow functionality in the pages section, right? So I'm going to copy that from there. No need to reconstruct that logic. I'm going to go to pages livewire component, copy the follow and unfollow function, go back to the page livewire component. Let's um, do this thing to take link space, and then need to paste these functions right here. Unfollow, we have to import the page like, and the page is already imported, so no need for that. Notify the user, correct, send notifications and things like that. Import the notification, dispatch the browser event, and after that what should we do? No need to do anything. Now I'm gonna go to pages blade file and see where did we wire colon click. Now what I do, I'm gonna search for wire colon click. Here we have that. So I'm gonna copy this condition because we need that in order to check that. So I'm gonna go to page, and instead of friend or edit, accept, reject. Okay, so I'm going to paste that right here, but we need a condition. If I am the page owner, I should see some different options, right? I'm gonna paste that accept. Wait a minute, I think here. Okay, so now I'm gonna paste that. So follow and unfollow. Let's see if that's gonna work. Currently I am the owner, page ID, right? Auth ID, maybe we need that. Then the page ID, what's wrong here? And okay, that is double E. Okay, like as we changed that just before this, so I'm gonna change the name to page with double E, and now I can follow my group. So what I'm going to do is add condition here. If this is my page, then I should be able to manage that, right? We will be having a setting page where we can do all the settings of that. So I'm gonna check the condition will be if the page if the not like this. I think I can do something the condition is if the my ID and the page user ID matches this, that is considered my page. Otherwise show things like follow and unfollow and stuff like that. That is simple condition, right? So if the auth ID equals to page of user ID, user underscore ID, then this is my page, so I should be able to view the settings, not the follow and unfollow buttons. So I'm gonna paste this thing right here, and this is gonna be anchor tag, not live wire component or cross something. This is specific settings page where you will be able to change the thumbnail, the name, the icons, the descriptions. You will be able to see maybe the post, the followers, manage those stuffs. But those are a lot of functionality, right? A lot of things that we can add. But now I'm gonna focus on the broad things, and if you want be specific, you can explore the rest. It's gonna be pretty much the same. Just copy the code from here and there, that kind of thing. So let's say settings, or edit, maybe not. Let's say settings. Let's update or format this thing, and I'm gonna refresh the page. Now I know this is my post, right? The page, right? So I should be able to see the settings button. Apparently not able. Okay, this should be not equal to, because if it is equal to, then display this. So now it should display the settings. Let's see if it does. That will be interesting. Yeah, we do have. So now we have the issue with this, like the margin. So let's check that thing. We are adding -10, right? If I remove this, is it going to like make that on the correct position? I don't know. Let's try that out. Uh, let's add negative. Let's do one thing. Let's add -10 pixel, not equal, and debug that from the inspect element section. So I'm gonna refresh the page as well as to open the developer tool, and now I'm gonna point to that specific icon, like this, and now I know the margin is -10, right? Where is that? I don't see it. Yeah, here. But this is, let's see if I change the margin to something, is it going to affect the UI? Not at all. So I'm gonna target, um you see one thing, like we have the padding somewhere, but why do we have the padding on this p up to? But ls-3, um if I remove the ls-3 image something something, width is 100, height is this, no need to remove that. Let's do one thing. um this, let's see what is wrong. um like if I move the margin to the outer element instead of the icon, let's see is that if that's going to work in this case. So now I'm going to refresh the page again, and let's see, checking that out. So it's working or not. I'm gonna find toward this element, increase or decrease the margin. Yeah, it does work, as you can see. So plus, let's say plus 12 pixel, or maybe like 15 pixel. This is gonna work. So I'm gonna change this to 15 pixel, and is this not working? So I'm gonna remove that. No need for that at all. So now if I refresh the page, it's going to looks better than we expect. And yeah, that is looks good. We can add the settings page as well, and let's see if the infinite loading functionality works. Yeah, that is interesting, it does works. So now weaving a specific, also another thing I think we can add is, on the home section you might have seen like this user have posted this thing, right, on this page. So if I like if I post that, if I add that picture here, but maybe like it is going to show all of those in the same thing, like all of the pages with the post will have this post, this is posted here. So I think that is not required here, it's required on the home page, whenever like where you have post from all over the application. So it's going to be up from like general post, it can be group post something, so we can separate that. So now that is it for this video. And if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and do all those YouTube algorithm stuff. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.